Rob?
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues in the Batman Universe.net, and today we're taking a look at DC Comics Multiverse, the Walmart exclusive. I think you can probably get this on Amazon, maybe from a third party, but primarily the Walmart exclusive Suicide Squad Rick Flag. Now this was a figure early on. I had really no intentions of picking this figure up until after I saw the movie. I saw the movie, and first of all, I enjoyed the movie. I really liked it, and I think I almost liked it better than Batman vs. Superman, but we're not here to discuss that. But walking out of the theater, I really liked the Rick Flag character. At first I thought, like, oh, Rick Flag's going to be okay. There's no reason why I'm going to need or want a Rick Flag figure. And I got to thinking, we don't have a Rick Flag ever in a figure at all, and he would fit in really well with my DC figures, and more importantly, he's got enough weapons that I complained about Deadshot not having a proper rifle, so to speak. So he's got, you know, a grenade cannon of some type. He's got a gun here. There's a knife I found out that is hidden behind this, you know, warning choking hazard, which is kind of appropriate. And he's got a gun there. So Rick Flag came with a lot of weapons, and Deadshot came with one tiny little pistol. But I also got to thinking this would be just a good figure. You could really army build with this figure to have just some generic, you know, soldiers in the background of a setting. You could probably do a few head swaps with some other figures, some nondescript figures, and you could do a pretty cool army build. But again, I really liked the character, and it got me thinking about some of the other figures from this line that I'm still considering still considering buying. Now, this figure comes with no collect and connect piece because he and Diablo were Walmart exclusive, so they didn't have the collect and connect piece. Now, Diablo was one that I was really teetering on the fence because, again, I really enjoyed his performance in the movie. And again, we don't have a Diablo figure, but when I was toying between the two, I had to get Rick Flag because I really like the character, and the figure looks really good. I've been hearing some good things about this. You can see Rick Flag right there. You can see the picture of Rick Flag here. We don't see El Diablo. Actually, he is clear up at the top if I would pay attention. So the other figures in this wave, if you're buying them at Walmart, are Diablo, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Katana, and Batman, which I've already bought 6 of. Well, you know, technically 3 of this version of Batman, the standard Batman. We're not getting into that. Just go back to the previous one. The other figure that I was thinking about buying is really Katana. She's the one I'm thinking maybe I really ought to pick her up. We don't have a Katana in a DC Universe Classic line, and I don't even know if she's ever been made into a figure. So now that brings me down to, I just pre-ordered the trench coat Joker with the purple trench coat, and I thought, well, if I'm getting Katana, I'm only down 2 figures to be able to complete a version of Killer Croc. So I thought, if I'm going to have the Joker, I better get Harley Quinn, and that leaves 1 figure. We'll see if I do it or not. We'll even see if I get Harley Quinn. I know somebody's going, Rob, we know you're going to. So before we start getting into that whole debate, let's take a look at this figure, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I know. I gotta say, this is a pretty solid and decent figure. Right on par with all the things that I'm going to probably say about Rick Flag. If you go back to the Deadshot review, I'm going to say just about the same things. I like the paint apps on here. I mean, there's nothing totally crazy going on. It's very simple in its paint execution. But what I really like is the sculpting that is on here. I mean, they could have painted some type of, you know, vest on or whatever. But again, with all of the pockets and pouches and the belt accessories that are on here, the vest and places to put all of these accessories, this is a solid figure, if nothing else than that. Because half the time we'll get some of these figures that come with all these accessories, you can't put them anywhere on the figure. Or if they give you a holster, it looks totally off. Like you have this giant holster sticking on the side of a leg, and you're like, okay, that... Not that these figures look totally real, but I think you know what I mean. You're like, we have a gun that's this big, and you got a holster that sticks clear out, and you're like, that doesn't look right. But his little, probably 9mm, or could be a Beretta, and I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on it, but his pistol that he has here will fit right in his... I hope I didn't say his holster will fit in his holster. His pistol will fit in his holster right there. And I mean, normally we would have probably got this figure just kind of like all these extra clips are. This probably would have been molded to him, and the gun would not have come out at all. Kind of like the Black Widow from Marvel Legends line. Like, oh look, it looks like she comes with a gun, but you can't do anything with it. We've got the walkie-talkie here that, you know, is a molded piece. It would have been something like this, but the fact that this can be holstered and you can use it and it comes in and out is a really cool thing. Not only that, how many times do we get a knife with a character and he can hold the knife? Well, that's a knife, and it can get holstered. Again, this is something I'm just gonna kind of marvel at. There's a knife, and it probably would have come like this, again, molded to the vest. So I know Chapman Films had said that he was really impressed with this figure, and again, he bought it for the same reason I did, because we really kind of liked the character. Now, the other two weapons that he does come with does not go anywhere. You can't attach it anywhere else, and that's fine, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to pose him with one of these anyway. And as far as being able to pose here, which I'm probably way off camera, I apologize about that. Talks amongst yourselves. I don't want to have to stop the video. It's not quite the best pose. You can do it. A little bit of maneuvering. I mean, it's not the best accurate pose in the world, but if I played with it a little bit more. So we can hold it pretty close to being able to see it. It needs to be over just a little bit more here. So again, I think if I played with the posing a little bit, but you get the idea that he can hold it. And then has more of the grenade launcher here. Which this is more not the way to hold it. But as far as maybe just trying to pose it and do some type of vanilla generic pose, I think it'll do the job that you want to try and do. So the one I'm thinking about posing him with is going to be this one, because I think I would like to give this one to Deadshot, since this is kind of one of those Army Store knockoff type of things. So I've got Deadshot here. Could put him, which, I mean, Deadshot was using his rifle through almost the whole entire movie. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is give him this one. I might even paint it the red color. Just give Rick Flag the bigger one there. Let's get into the other articulation on this guy before I bring up, you know, my other Suicide Squad figures. Since I have been moving him around, the head does look left to right. There doesn't appear to be any up and down movement at all, which would be nice if there was a little bit there, but there's not. The arms are a nice ball and socket here. They go all the way around. Upper bicep swivel, single bend at the elbow, a twist at the wrist, There is an ab crunch here, but does really not get hindered at all by the way of the vest. Can't arch too much to the back. As you can see, it has a waist swivel. He has a waist swivel. Classic DC Universe classic T-jointed legs. They go up about that far, back surprisingly pretty far. Single bend at the, or actually upper thigh cuts. Get out ahead of yourself, Rob. A single bend at the knee. It's kind of hindered a little bit, and no articulation in the boot swivel, but there is in the ankle. So let's, since I've had Deadshot up here just a second ago, let's bring him up. Triangle, bitch. Here are the two Suicide Squad figures, although if you want to be technical, the 3 Suicide Squad figures, well, okay, maybe 4, but the 3 different versions of the character that I have. 2 come with a collect and connect piece, Rick Flag does not. So I have 3 of the, 7 that are offered, maybe 8. Yeah, there's 6 different ones. 2 variant or 2 exclusives being Rick Flag and Diablo, and then with another one being Killer Croc. So maybe I'm closer to trying to put all this together. I'm going to have the Joker arriving here in probably next week, but at the time I'm shooting this. It'll arrive here on the 24th of August. So then I'll have the trench coat Joker here. So there's only a couple more left. So wow, I didn't think I was going to go down this whole entire rabbit hole. But even if all I get is the Joker, Rick Flag, Deadshot, and Batman, I'd be very happy with these figures. To be able to put Rick Flag in with some DC Universe Classics figures, even though these figures are a touch smaller, positioning your figures just right could give a little bit of perspective. And nothing else, he's a good soldier figure just to have. So today we've been taking a look at Rick Flag, the Walmart exclusive Suicide Squad DC Comics Multiverse figure. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.